Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Saraswati Namaha. Shri Gurudevaya Namaha. Om Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. Swāmī Vidyāranya started by talking about three types of mind: a sattvic mind, rajasic mind, and a tamasic mind. And he calls them as a mind that is characterized by shanta vritti, sattvic; a mind that is characterized by ghora vritti, rajasic; and mula vritti, finally, tamasic mind. And he says, now consciousness will reflect consciousness, Satchitananda, which is Brahman, will reflect in various minds, in various degrees and ways. We are seeing that. The idea is, if consciousness does not manifest in a certain thing, it is not the fault of consciousness, it is the surface or the reflecting surface, or what you call as upati in technical language, the upati. And see, while Satchitananda, the three aspects of Brahman can reflect in any mind, if that mind is dull, then that Satchitananda will not reflect clearly. If that mind is sattvic and bright, all three will reflect. So, in that also a very simple teaching is there. If I want to experience Brahman in its fullest, it means I have to make the mind of a certain type. That is it. That is the idea. And that can be done by effort. I can make my mind more and more sattvic instead of more and more tamasic. So, those are simple things. Now, in the following three verses which we are supposed to see today, 20, 21, 22, Guruji says an introduction to meditation on Brahman. Introduction, meditation will come later. Meditation on Brahman. Let us see this now. Number 20. Before we see that, please be reminded also that whatever bliss, first of all, the chapter is on bliss, and whatever bliss is experienced, it is the bliss of the self and not the thing. When we get bliss from something, joy from something, that is not the source of the joy. The source of the joy is one's own self only. Now see, satta chiti sukham cheti Swabhava Brahmanastrayah Mritchiladishu Satteva Mritchiladishu Satteva Vyajyate Netarat Dvayam Satta Chitihi Sukham Cha iti Swabhava Brahmanas Trayaha Brahmanaha Trayaha. These are the three. Now let us see how Brahmanaha Brahmanas Trayaha. Threefold it is nature of Brahman. You have to be very careful about that translation. Just now I said aspect. Threefold nature of Brahman. Otherwise, sometimes it is translated as three qualities of Brahman. That is not proper translation. Three qualities. Though we can use the word loosely. Threefold nature of Brahman. The reason is that they are not three separate things. They are you will see many examples like that in nature also. You know, if you look at a person, some person that you are seeing for the first time, from the front, and then another moment you look from the side, you get totally different view of that person. And if you don't know the person, you will not know the same person that you are looking at. And even yesterday that happened to me. When you get a side view and a front view, they are two totally different things. But it's how many persons? So one person only. But that all, this Satchidananda is actually one thing, not three things. So here the three words which are being used for the Satchidananda, which we are used to using the word Satchidananda. Here, Satta, first word. Then Chitihi, for Chit. And then Sukham, for Ananda. They refer to one and the same thing. Means these are just different words in different genders and all. And Sanskrit is full of words like that. For Chit, we are using Chaitanya all the time. Prior to this, so many words you can use. Sukham. Cha iti swabhava. I said no, means this is the threefold nature of Brahman, Brahmanaha, in the sixth case, Trayaha. Now, this is just statement. Now from that, Mrit Shiladishu Satta eva Vyajyate. This is the next sentence. In something like Mrit means clay, and Shila. Shila means a stone. So in clay and a stone, what you have? Satta eva Vyajate, manifest. Only the existence aspect. Satchidan, existence, consciousness, bliss. So only the existence aspect is seen in a stone or in clay. In other words, only the existence. You know another way to look at that, or to say that, when Brahman is manifesting in a stone or in clay, that time Brahman manifests as existence. That is a better way to say that thing. When Brahman manifests in the mind, Brahman, depending on the type of mind, can manifest as existence and consciousness, rather than saying that Brahman has three qualities or three aspects or that kind of thing. In other words, the manifestation of Brahman will depend on the surface, on the what's it called as the upadhi. So Mritchiladi Satta eva vyajate. Na itarat dvayam. Na itarat dvayam. Not these other two. Means in stone and clay, only the existence aspect or Brahman manifests as existence, not as consciousness or bliss. Na itarat dvayam, not the other two. Then, now in number 21. Now, when we use the phrase, just let's one more clarification. When we use the phrase, or when I say that in stone and mud, etc., Brahman manifests as existence, and it depends on the upadhi or reflecting surface, or the manifestation of Brahman depends on the. Don't think now that Brahman has become dependent. Poor Brahman cannot reflect in all its glory because it is dependent on that surface. In other words, that surface is telling, or that upadhi is telling, I will tell you how to manifest. So it is being dictated by the upadhi, not like that. You please remember in the beginning when we started this, it is that same one Paramatma Dvayanandaha Purnaha which became Jagat and Jiva. So it is that same Paramatma which became the upadhi also. In other words, it is Brahman which has become the same reality which has become the upadhi. And in certain upadhis, only the Sat aspect will reflect, only the Sat aspect will manifest. In certain upadhis, Sat and Chit, and in certain other upadhis, Sat, Chit, Ananda. So he has not become somehow dependent. So a dependent person is always weak, you know. One who is dependent is always weak and powerless. It's depending on something else. If that thing is pulled away, not like that type of dependence we are talking. Now, so in mud and stone, only existence aspect is manifest. Now he continues. Satta chitir dvayam vyaktam dhivrityor घोरमूढयोः शान्तवृत्तौ त्रयं व्यक्तम् मिश्रं ब्रह्मेत्थमीरितम् सत्ताद्वयं चितिः सत्ताचितिः द्वयं व्यक्तं धीवृत्योः घोरमूढयोः. Means, remember these three types of mind that were described. He says here, in two of them, Ghora and Mura Vritti mind, the mind that is characterized by Rajas and Tamas. In those type of mind, the other one also manifest. Which is the other one? Is a Chiti, consciousness now. In other words, a Rajasic mind and a Tamasic mind, they are also conscious. So there is existence, Satta, and there is also Chitihi. Consciousness also manifests there, along with existence. Whereas in a stone is not conscious of anybody. The stone just exists, but not conscious. But in a dull mind or Rajasic mind, means an agitated mind, in that type of mind, both existence and consciousness manifest. Existence and consciousness aspects of Brahman. So there we go again, aspect word. And in the second line he says, Shanta Vrittau Trem Vyaktam. In a mind that is calm and peaceful, Sat, Chit, Anand, Trem, all three, Vyaktam, manifest. So that means what? If we want to have joy, just keep the mind calm. In sleep also the mind becomes calm, but a different type of calm. Have you heard? Sometimes in the news they tell there is a tense silence, a tense calmness. So you could have different type of calmness also, So the mind in sleep also is calm but doesn't know anything. The mind doesn't know. The fellow is asleep. So calm but doesn't know. What is he? That is like you have $1 billion in the bank and you don't know. What is the use? You die a pauper. So, in a calm mind means a mind that is awake and calm. These three Satchidananda are manifest. Mishram Brahma, Ittham Iritam. In this way, Brahma, the absolute reality of Brahman, associated with the world or associated with thoughts, is spoken about. So we are speaking about Brahman manifest in different upadhis. So Brahman associated with the world, Brahman associated with thoughts. This is called Mishra Brahma. Mishra in Sanskrit means mixed. Mixed. In India there is something called Mishra Dahi. Mishra Dahi means you can go and buy sweet dahi, sweet curd. They make like that from. So it is Mishra Brahma. Brahman means that dahi mixed with sugar. Here is Brahman is mixed up with upadhis, all different types of objects and things and people and mind and all that, right? Mixed Brahman. Now, don't think that there is any such thing as mixed Brahman. Don't get mixed up. Yes. So, this Mishra Brahman is, in other words, we saw that previously. We can see Brahman associated with Jagat, or we can see Brahman free from Jagat. It's unconditioned form. One is called conditioned Brahma, and the other is called as unconditioned Brahma. So, we gave technical words for all of those also. That is called as Sopadhika Brahma or Nirupadhika Brahma. So what we are saying is Sopadhika Brahma, Brahma manifesting as Sat, Brahma manifesting as Sat Chit, Brahma manifesting as Sat Chit Ananda is all upadhi. Sopadhika Brahma. That is the technical way. Here now, Nirupadhika Brahma, Brahma associated with nothing. That is spoken about now in number 22. How is that Brahman known? Well, because we are dealing with chapter 15, it says that has already been dealt with, but not by us. Amishram Jnana Yogabhyam Tau cha purvamudiritau Adye dhyaye yoga chitchinta Jnanamadhyayayor Mishram Jnanam Yogabhyam Tau cha purvam udiritau means not Mishram, Amishram Jnana Yogabhyam means Brahman, not Nirupadhika Brahma, Brahman not associated with any upadhis, says is to be known by Jnana and Yoga. Jnana means the acquisition of knowledge and then becoming one with that knowledge. That is to be known, means Brahman in its pure form, without any upadhi, any conditioning, any differentiation, any such thing. Means the undifferentiated, uniform Brahman. That is to be known by Jnana and Yoga. And he says Purvam Udhiritam. That is already spoken about previously in this text only. Adye Adhyaye Yoga Chinta. In a previous chapter, Yoga was explained. Here he doesn't say which previous chapter, but it is chapter 11. Yoga was explained. And Jnanam Adhyayayoho Dvayoho. And in 2 chapters, Jnanam was explained. That is chapter 11 and 12 and 13. So 11, 12 and 13. Like that. 12 and 13 for Jnana and 11 for Yoga. Those were described already, he says. And in other words, one has to go back and see them. Now, in the next 2 verses, Yoga will be described. Also, the word Maya is introduced. We'll see. Number 23. Asatta jadya dukhe dve. Maya rupam trayam twidam. Asatta nara shringadau. Jadyam Kashtashiladishu. Asatta Jadya Dukhe Dve Maya Rupam Trayam Tvidam. Now see, Dve and Trayam are coming. Asatta means non-existence. Asatta, non-existence. Jadya means inertness, and Dukkha means sorrow, misery. Dve, these 2 means non-existence, and the 2 called as inertness and dukkha. Maya rupam trayam. All these 3 together, they are born from Maya. Maya rupam tu idam, trayam tu idam. They are born from Maya, or they are manifestations of Maya, or of the nature of Maya. Now, this Maya is used here in a very simple sense. How very often when we see a person consumed by this world, we say he is taken over by Maya. Means attached, agitated, lazy, greedy, whatever. We say he's taken over by Maya in a very ordinary sense. Right? So he says here, non-existence and means inertness and dukkha. These are all aspects of Maya. Asatta. Now, these aspects of Maya are described more one by one. Asatta narashringado. Asatta narashringado means that which is non-existent, like the horn of a man. That thing which is non-existent. The horns of a man are non-existent. We have never seen them. Or, quite often, which is used also, the horns of a hare. Hare means the rabbit hair, that kind of hair. That is called asatta, means non-existent. Then, the other one, jadyam kashtashiladishu. And inertness is seen in wood and stone, etc. Actually, the translation which is given in this book is Kashtashiladishu, in mud and stone, etc. That translation is not proper. Kashta is not mud, Kashta is wood. in the previous verse, which was given there, mrit, that is mud. But whoever the typesetter was, wasn't paying attention. Kashta shiladishu. In those we see inertness. Now, in the wood and stone, inertness is there. So actually, these are all just the ordinary manifestations of Maya, which affect us on a daily basis. Now, people get caught up with all sorts of non-existent things, imaginary things in their mind. Means people imagine things, and based on that imagination, only they look here. When a person is standing to give a speech in front of an audience and they are nervous, what is he nervous about? Non-existent thing. Correct or not? Something he doesn't. It means he makes up something in his head and he gets nervous. You see? So when we see a snake on a rope, a non-existent thing can make us miserable. That happened to me. I screamed so hard and ran away. I thought I saw a snake. So a non-existent thing is asatta. And we saw also so many times that something which is just an appearance, means it doesn't have any empirical reality. That thing can cause so much of trouble. This is so common in human beings. And the whole of it, from the smallest person to the biggest thing also. Some person in authority has to come out in the world and just make one statement and the whole market falls. A thing which is not there. And tomorrow, next day they realize not there and the market goes back up. This is asatta. And then the jadyatvam now of the mind. That we see in things like stones and wood. Now, these are aspects of Maya. In next verse, again how Maya manifests. Ghora murhadiyor dukkham evam maya vijrimbhita shantadi buddhivrityakyat mishram brahmeti kirtitam. Ghora murhadiyoho dukkham eva maya vijrimbhita. Maya manifests in a mind which has ghora vritti and mura vritti. In those minds which have ghora vritti and mura vritti, means agitated mind and dull inert mind, Maya manifests in those minds as dukkham. Dukkha. Now I told you all of these lines and phrases and ideas deserve a lot of reflection. Not just we are passing over fast. But the good old Sanskrit saying goes, Acharyat, from the teacher, only padam adatya, 1/4 will come. From a teacher, only 1/4 will come. Then where the other 3/4 will come? From the other 3/4 will come from other various things. Means when I do the 1/4, my work is over. Acharya padam adatte. Padam sabrahmachari byaha. Sabrahmachari means from your other classmates. Other classmate may not be brahmachari in this case, but from other classmates. Then padam swamedaya. One pada comes by one's own reflection. And last pada, kala kramena. Last pada will come at time only. You can't do anything, just wait. That it will dawn. It will dawn someday. That is the idea. So, when we see now, in a buddhi which is ghora, means agitated, and in a buddhi which is mudha, dull. So dukkham eva maya vijrumbhita, means maya manifests in such a buddhi only, in such buddhis only as dukkham, in both of them. So we say, but we see people walking about every day. This is to think about it now. We see people walking about every day, and they may have dull mind or they may have agitated mind, but why is sorrow? We don't see it like a dull person. We don't see them. In fact, dull people are the ones who enjoy the most. A person, we say that all the time, na? Ignorance is bliss. Now, how does that measure up with what is being said here? Ignorance is bliss. Dull means ignorant, means fellow is all the time bliss. You know, if you look at animals, birds and dogs and whatever, right? They are always in a state of fear. You know that. If you hear sound outside, you hear a little sound outside, you may turn and see what the sound is. But when a bird hears a sound, every little sound scares a bird. The dog, when he hears firecrackers or tasa, this ashram of wedding and tasa all the time. Tasa word, you know, it came from, I told you, tasha. Tasha word is the correct word. But in Bhojpuri we become tasa. But the animals, when they hear anything, they're all the time afraid. All animals. Something will happen. Now, fear is not a... And the person who nobody likes fear. And the person who is ignorant, we say in his ignorance he is blissful. But he is only blissful with regard to what he is ignorant about. He will also know something. And those things which he knows, those are the things that bring fear and sorrow and so many things to him. That ignorance is bliss means that also goes for any other person, not for a dull person only. Suppose that person is very much aware of all things, right? He is very much aware of all things. But you cannot be aware of all things. I don't know what is behind this wall. Means I am awake, alert, but I don't know what is behind this. Well, that is the meaning of ignorance is bliss. So because I don't know what is behind there, I am. That goes for everybody. But for a person who is ignorant about everything, life is very, very much miserable actually. Always unsure. And that's why they keep... This you will see in so many various people. They keep going to this, what you call, astrologer and that tarot card reader and that one who read that palm. And they keep going everywhere. Obiaman. Voodoo master. So you see that when a person doesn't have knowledge, doesn't have proper understanding of scriptures and all, this is what you get caught up in. So why I will go there if I don't have sorrow? I'm going to give that Obhyaman some joy or what? It's amazing, and the world is full of this, and there are others who are waiting. Just now, some place I had gone, and the same tarot card readers and all, they were they had their own booths, everybody. And inside the booths, you know what they made? They took, these big sheets that we have with these shawls that we have with the various forms of gods. They took all of them and they lined up their booths. So when you pass, you see Durga, Ganesh, Saraswati, all. And I saw this thing, I was thinking, oh, these are Hindu people here. Quickly I went to see what was that. When I went there, they were reading tarot card. So we feel that this is what tarot card is, this is what Hinduism is about. Amazing thing. But anyway, a person who goes there, this person has misery in life only. He is ignorant about so many things about life and reality and God and Jagat, Jiva, Ishvara. He is ignorant about any of these things. And he's living on a string. Hanging on a string only. He goes there to make sure he strengthens the string. The string doesn't snap. So this type of mind, a mind that is agitated like that, a mind that is dull, but ignorant, sorrow, you have to analyze that. And that is now, Eva Maya Vijranvita, Maya manifests like that in such minds. And Shanta the Buddhi Vritti Aikyat Mishram Brahmeti Kirtitam. And this Brahman associated with the mind that has Shanti Vritti, or the Buddhi that has Shanti Vritti, this Brahman is called as Mishra Brahma. So there is Mishra Brahma and Amishra Brahma. In such a mind, all three manifest. We saw that. Evam sthitetra yo Brahma. Dhyatumichet puman asau. Nrishringadi mupeksheta. Shishtam dhyayet yathayatham. Evam sthite atra yo Brahma dhyatumichet puman asau. Now here, this being the nature of Maya, evam sthite atra yo Brahma dhyatumichet puman asau, means the person who wants to meditate on Brahma, that Brahma which is now associated with or mixed up with Maya. Now see that this is like the grain and the chaff Bhagavan Shankaracharya talked about. See, this, what has just been described so far is Brahman associated with all of these upadhis. It is Brahman which is manifesting in this mind in certain things as Sat, Brahman manifesting in certain things as Satchit, and Brahman manifesting in certain things as Satchit Ananda. That means the Brahman is mixed up with this thing. Is the one who wants to meditate on Brahma. What you have to do? Learn to separate the chaff from the grain, which he example he uses there in Vivek Chudamani. And what he means by that now? Look, all the unreal things, all the upadhi and all we drop, and we only take that which is left over. This is the gist of the verse. Nre Shringadi. Nre means a man. Nre. What a short word. Nre. One consonant and one vowel. Shringadi. Shringadim upeksheta means having relinquished or dropped all the, and see Adi word is given, Nrishringadi. all the unreal things like the horn, etc. of a man, drop unreal things, and whatever is shishtam left over, if you drop the unreal, in other words, you've been imagining the horn of the man. Arey, forget the horn, think about the man, the unreal thing. In the very same way, we imagine so many unreal things in life. I just now was describing to you. People imagine a lot of things, and some unreal goal also, an ambition, and so forget all the unreal things and think about the substratum upon which the unreal is existing. That is it. That is called shishtam. Dhyayet yathayatam. Meditate on that, remaining on yathayatam means properly, well. Now, the following two verses give us some exercise on thinking about Brahma. Now see that. Shiladau nama rupe dve tyaktva sanmatra chintanam tyaktva dukkham ghora mudha dhiyo satchit vichintanam. Shiladau, in a stone, etc. Nama rupe dve tyaktva sanmatra chintanam. In stone, etc. drop nama rupa and meditate on existence. See, I tell you, let us do that a little bit. See how. So, in everything, there is nama rupa and there is the existence of the thing, right? So, we say, here is a yellow watch. The yellow watch is, right? So there is nama, watch. In that sentence, the yellow watch is. There is nama. There is rupa, yellow. And in that sentence also, the yellow watch is. Is there. Right? So there is the isness aspect. Means the existence aspect of the watch. The watch exists or not? It exists. So he says, drop the nama and rupa, watch and yellow, and meditate on the is aspect of it. Right. Now see that, you take that some more. That means this is how the vichara, contemplation and all that should be done. Drop nama rupa and meditate on the is, or the is aspect, the isness, existence aspect. Okay. So we say nama rupa also because I am seeing it. Please see this, because I am seeing nama rupa in that object. Nama rupa also have some degree of existence or not? Because nama rupa now will become another. Nama is. Nama is. Rupa is. So now that also has some degree of existence. So even when I take the nama rupa separately, that also has isness. And now my analysis of it is or not? So the object is there and it has nama rupa. The object has some, the object is actually substratum for the nama rupa, and that object exists. So you leave the object now, you go to nama rupa. It exists or not? Nama rupa exists. I am analyzing nama rupa. My analysis exists or not? I take a break from the analysis. The break exists or not? resumption exists or not? Now my mind is blank. Blank exists or not? Oh, but you cannot escape existence. There is the discursive method moving from one idea and one topic to the next. Movement exists or not? I go from one to the next. I'm going forward. Forward exists. Okay, let me go backward. I have a desire to go backward. Desire exists. Going backward exists. How you will escape existence? So meditate on the satta aspect of any object. This is the existence. This actually is the easiest of all. The existence aspect. You might not be able to figure out consciousness and all, but existence, you cannot miss it. If you sit down and you just do this meditation, you will see what a tremendous thing. My mind is agitated. Agitation exists or not? My mind is wandering. Wandering exists or not? Everything is reducible to existence. So the first line says, Shiladau nama rupa rupe dve tyaktva sanmatra chintanam. In a stone, etc. Shiladau. In stones, etc. means the what? You take Shiladau to mean any objectifiable thing. Because any objectifiable thing in Vedanta is jara, like a stone. So in any objectifiable thing, that means any thought that comes in the mind is objectifiable, objectified, isn't it? There is nama rupa. And there is an existence associated with the thing. And any objectifiable thing will have existence. Just go down to the existence aspect of the thing. Tyaktva dukkham ghoramura dhiyoho means to say, in the mind that is ghora or mura, which has dukkham, which we saw just now, that mind will be filled with dukkham. Forget the dukkha and sat chit vichintanam. You meditate on the sat and chit of that mind. This is one more thing. All saints and sages have taught, and in our Vedanta also we teach all the time, that we must have some amount of titiksha. Titiksha means forbearance. Forbearance means to be able, sahan shakti, to bear all the discomfort and all the sorrows and all that. So it is there, the sorrow is there. But if a person is not able to look beyond his sorrow to the existence and consciousness which is there, it means he'll be caught up in that sorrow all the time and he'll never move forward. In the path of spirituality, we have such words as tapas, means undergoing hardship, isn't it? Burning. Tap means to burn. So, no spirituality is easy, but people only want easy thing, isn't it? Some amount of dukkha will be associated with all spirituality, and what we have to do, we have to have forbearance, tiksha and all of that sort of thing, and to be able to look beyond the, it is there, let the sorrow be there, but that sorrow exists again. Now in that type of mind which is ghora and mura, sorrow will be there. I have to look beyond the sorrow, and also consciousness will be there. Existence and consciousness, both will be there. Because I am now aware. Now see, just now I was telling, if we drop, if we see the object and it has nama rupa, Nama Rupa exists? Yes. My analysis exists? Yes. But who is doing the analysis? It is a conscious being, isn't it? Conscious being means Jiva is doing the analysis. And that Jiva is of the nature of consciousness only. The Jiva is of the nature of consciousness. The consciousness mixed up with the Antakarana is called as Jiva, or reflecting in the Antakarana. In the final analysis, that Jiva is consciousness only. So, now I meditate on the conscious aspect in the mind. Oh, I am aware of this Muratvam in the mind. Oh, I am aware of this Ghoratvam in the mind. In fact, the Ghoratvam and the Muratvam of the mind, they are thoughts only. And thoughts, I told you, is modified consciousness. It's a mental modification. A thought is a mental modification. A mental modification is only a modification of consciousness only. So-called modification. Consciousness does not modify. And I explain about different types of modification, which we call a parinamavada, or snake the rope modifies into a snake, which really doesn't happen. And milk modifies into curd. So, consciousness modified into a thought is of the first type. It's a thought with a definite Nama Rupa superimposed onto consciousness. That is the idea. So he says here, meditate both on the existence and the conscious aspect of these two types of minds. And Shantasu Satchidanandan, in a mind that is characterized by Shanta Vritti, or mind that has Shanta Vritti, you can meditate on all three. What all three? Satchit Ananda. In Gora Mura mind, only Sat and Chit, overlooking Dukkha. If you don't pass the Dukkha, go past the Dukkha, you will not be able to meditate on anything. One good thing also about that, we can meditate on Dukkha also as being made up of Sat and Chit, because the Dukkha exists. Yes. Am I aware of it? Yes. It's a very easy way to dissolve Dukkha actually. If you can do this well, Dukkha will immediately vanish, including physical pain. Anybody who is able to meditate very well on his physical pain as Sat and Chit, that physical pain also will disappear. And don't think it is impossible. It's very much possible. But in a mind that is characterized by Shanta Vritti now, that mind, one can meditate on all three. Satchidananda. Shanta su Satchidanandan. Trinapyevam vichintayet. Kanishtamadhyamotkrishtaha. Tisrashchinta kramadimaha. Shantasu Satchidanandan. In a mind that is characterized by the Shanta Vritti, in such a mind we can meditate on Satchit Ananda, all three aspects. And what will be the Ananda aspect? Remember I told in beginning, the Ananda aspect is really the quiet, serene, peaceful mind. The Ananda, you don't think that you will suddenly start feeling so joy that you jump and touch the sky and all that kind of thing, like Tiger. Tiger springs on his tail and touches the. So you suddenly start springing, levitating. One yogi is asking another yogi, have you read my latest book on levitation? He said, yes man, that thing had me up all night. But you don't just think that suddenly with all this Ananda, you will start levitating and all that. No. We're talking about Shanta Vritti. See, the word itself, Shanta Vritti means what? Calm, peaceful mind. Really speaking, a human being is looking for nothing else. That's why he said just be. Be calm, be peaceful. So, in such a mind, he says, all three Satchidananda can be meditated on. Trinapi evam vichintayet. All three has to be meditated on in such a mind. And he says, these three types of meditation. Now, which three types of meditation? Tisraha Chinta Kramadimaha. When they are in a serial order of increasing subtlety. These three types. Which three types? What? Meditating on stone, etc. Relinquishing Nama Rupa and paying attention only to the Satta aspect. Meditating on the mind which is Ghora and Mura, insofar as they contain Sat and Chit. And now meditating on a mind that is characterized by Shanta Vritti, having all three, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Behind that mind there is Shanti. So meditate on the Shanti also. He says the Kanishta, Madhyama and Utkrishta. Tisraha Chintaha Kramadimaha. They are in increasing levels of, he says, one is, Guruji gives us inferior, middling and superior. Those words are given. Kanishta means inferior. Madhyama means in the middle. And then Utkrishta. In the word for word, if you look in the word for word there, Kanishta Madhyam. Madhyam is wrong. That Sandhi doesn't add up. It's supposed to be Madhyama. That halan has to be removed. My book has a halan. I don't know if your book has a halan. If that halan is kept, then what will be? It will not be Utkrishta, it will be Otkrishta. Well, no such word as, huh? What you have? Where? In the word for word I am telling. Kanishta Madhyam is given there. Madhyama it should be. And Utkrishta. So, these are, here just, he's telling that if you're meditating only on stone, on the Sat aspect, or meditating on the mind which is Mudha and Mudha mind or Ghora mind, then you're meditating on Sat and Chit. And if you're meditating on the mind which has Sat, Chit, Ananda, the Shanta Vritti mind, then that is superior, is of all the three, most superior. Don't let it bother you that I am doing only on one thing. Let's say, suppose you are able to do only on stone, no problem. Because if you discover Sat properly, you will discover Chit and also Ananda, no problem. There is only from a very, very, very limited standpoint this krama is given, means this hierarchy is given. From a very, very limited standpoint. We just discover any one of them, everything will be fine. That is the idea. So, we think how, see, the last one, which is already I did with you, Sat and Chit. Means we did in these previous classes and all, meditating on the existence aspect, and I told you how everything also, you are a thought in my mind, and all thoughts is modification of consciousness. The whole universe is thoughts in my mind. It's all modification of consciousness. So everything is consciousness. The last one we have not done, that is Ananda. That we'll do tomorrow. How everything is Ananda. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.